Hello everybody and welcome back to FX Suite. Today we're going to be taking a look at Bitcoin dominance, altcoin, perp, and generally Bitcoin to take a look at the possibility of a altcoin bull rally or an alt season basically. So before we actually dive deep into the technicals, I want to direct your attention to the FX Suite YouTube channel. If you enjoy the content that we put out and want to stay updated to the hottest trends in the cryptocurrency market, please make sure to head on over to our YouTube channel obviously and hit the subscribe button. You can also follow us on Twitter at FXSCrypto. And if you enjoy my analysis, you can follow me on Twitter at Mangyako with the 0 at the end. So back to trying to predict if there's going to be an alt season. So this is the Bitcoin dominance chart on a 3-day time frame. And what you're looking at is, so I've currently marked out a couple of levels here at 39%, 43%, and 47%. And just, from the looks of it, this looks like a range bound movement here. And if you were to draw a fib extension here, Bitcoin dominance is currently getting rejected at the 50% level here. Right, so exactly. So the Bitcoin dominance is currently getting rejected at 50% retracement level, which is 44%. Exactly similar thing happened here on 9th November. 15th and 18th November. So if this continues to propagate, then the price is gonna, the Bitcoin dominance is gonna head back down to 39%. And the reduction of Bitcoin dominance always helps trigger massive rallies for altcoins. And the altcoin index also looks pretty good. And as you can see here, since its rejection, so 27th Feb is the last time we saw a massive pump here on the altcoin, the dominance of Bitcoin. And since 2nd March, the Bitcoin dominance has been on a decline since 2nd March. Right? And if you look at the altcoin index, which shows that the price has been pumping since the 2nd week of March, if you look at it from a daily time frame. So basically in and around that same time here, the altcoin perps started rallying as well, right? So let's take a look at the momentum, the awesome oscillator indicator, which is the measure of momentum, right? So from a daily time frame perspective, as you can see, the price, the altcoin index has spent a lot of time below the zero line here, although attempts were made to move higher. They kind of failed, right? And if you do mark out the last time the index, the awesome oscillator flipped positive, you saw the coins, the altcoin index rally quite a bit. And right now, since 29th November, the altcoin index has spent roughly 111 days below the zero line, which indicates that there was not a lot of momentum and that the bears were controlling the market. But now that we've received a flip or a crossover to the positive line, it indicates that the bulls are slowly trying to seize control of the market. And just to see how accurate this indicator was, let's mark out this crossovers over here. I'm just taking a look at the bullish crossover for now, and so let's add a couple of altcoins to see how the performance of these coins were since the first crossover. Right, so the first crossover took place on August 3rd, and if you were to just had bought spot altcoins, then this is how you would have fared. Right, so from the first crossover to, just a second. Yep. So from the first crossover, if you had bought, let's turn on the values. Right, so from the first crossover, Sol rallied 333%, which was absolutely not the top. The top was roughly 423%. Luna rallied 220%. And ETH and BTH, VET somewhere in 30 to 26% upswing. I've not added a lot of altcoins, just added the major ones that I could remember right at the top of my head, right? So, and if you look at how much they've rallied since the second crossover, which was somewhere around here. The peak was 114% upswing for Luna from this particular crossover, and 29% for Solver. Either way, like if you were to measure the whole bull run since the first crossover, you would have stood to gain 624% upswing on Solana and 585% upswing on Luna. So I believe this crossover is something that you just cannot overlook. And I believe, especially with the Bitcoin dominance falling down, or at least the Bitcoin dominance shows the signs that it's going to go head lower, I think it makes a compelling argument for an all season. Right, so as you can see here, there is a chance for the Bitcoin dominance to retrace back to the range low, which is roughly 33%. And excuse me. So yeah, assuming we get this retracement from the current position, roughly 7% drop here in Bitcoin dominance, then you can expect all coins to pop off. But that said, I do want to warn with a possible scenario, since Bitcoin has recently flipped a major hurdle, which is 45K to 46K. This was a very important, a significant level, and Bitcoin seems to have overcome that. Now, the only concern is if Bitcoin holds this, or if it doesn't hold this and let retraces lower, right? So if it holds this, there's a good chance Bitcoin is going to head up to 52, 53K, which is the next level of interest, and that I'm taking a look at. Then I think altcoins are also going to pump, but not as much as it would. But if Bitcoin continues to rally quite a bit, now it reaches 53K, that would indicate a higher high relative to the highs found here between 7 December and 27 December 2021. If Bitcoin produces a higher high, then there's a lot of capital that's going to flow into Bitcoin, and all coins are going to suffer. So you don't want to see Bitcoin producing a higher high relative to the lows found here in late December 2021. So that's the only scenario that you have to like keep in mind if you are rooting for the altcoin season, basically all season. You don't want to see a higher high above 53K. You just want to see Bitcoin retest 52K, then retrace, probably consolidate here again. This consolidation is what's going to trigger or like add fuel to the all season, basically. So that pretty much concludes my analysis for the all season and if it's possible. So if you enjoyed this analysis and have any questions, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe.